This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Jade Empire. In the last episode, we is that dog sliding? Is that dog sliding? In the last episode, we concluded the Black Leopard School storyline, which we let Smiling Hot take over, and well, he was living, so it's probably the best really the best and only option in this case. But Semester Radiant was trying to stay amongst the living despite him already being killed or being a spirit. Yes, he was killed by Smiling Hawk, but he was still dead, so we had to disperse him. So we've done our job. So anyway, let's continue exploring the city.
Well, cow, so you're not.
I've heard that one before.
I don't care even if they're.
We've already heard that before. Yeah, I'll probably stop talking to random. What are those dog-like things there? Well, I guess they're dogs. They look like Shih Tzus or whatever they're called, but I'm not familiar with dog breeds and everything like that. So, okay, what was that? Ooh, book stand. Let's read. The History of Flight, Volume 4. Sometime after scholar Xu Wen and his prototype flyer disappeared, an apprentice from the Imperial City discovered the scholar's cryptic notes, detailing the use of the inscrutable power source. The apprentice showed the information to his master, General Sung Tao. Sung Tao was an engineer before he joined the army, and he recognized the potential of the scholar's work. He convinced Emperor Siwen to fund a project to develop a flyer to use in the army. The Emperor agreed readily, and after several months of trying, the first true flyer was created. Within a year, the skies near the Imperial Palace were filled with flyers. Though the safety of the new flyers was questionable, it didn't take long for others to adopt and improve upon the design. Interesting. Alright. Go see that. Most random characters don't say anything. Okay, nothing from you. I mean, I could probably talk to them and get some information, but ooh, what's the sign say? To the Golden Way. Is that where the... Oh, I guess, okay. So we do want to go that way eventually. Alright. Just want to explore the rest of the kind of a small part of the city.
So many mortals, so little time.
And obviously, depending on who Wildflower is connected to, they'll say, you know, either the Guardian will say something or whatever. So, all right, I guess we want to go to. I mean, I will do the Imperial Arena eventually, but I want to go the Golden Way because I don't know if at this point I don't know if I almost want to kind of just start an episode at the Scholar's Garden instead. So I might just meet with the princess first, and then maybe go back to the martial arts thing. Well, I could always get started on anyway. The Scholar's Garden. Oh, you people are in for a treat when we get to the Scholar's Garden. At least for those who are fans of certain comedic idols and stuff like that. I don't want to say any more for spoiling it, but let's just say it was a treat when I found out about it. I was pleasantly surprised about it too. But like I said, I don't know how far we'll get into it or not because I might do the whole talk to the princess first before we do that. We'll see what's on the way. Save. Oh, hello.
Lost, citizen?
Well, not really, but what can you tell me about this area of the city?
This district? Well, it's called the Golden Way for a variety of reasons. Certainly one of the richer areas of the city, and one of the best looking as well. This district is a major thoroughfare, with the Scholar's Garden at one end and the Market District at the other. There's also the Necropolis, but most people avoid that place. Who wants to spend time with the dead?
You probably shouldn't ask too much about the dead, brother. Can you tell me anything other than directions?
I'm afraid not. I'm on duty, and it's imperative that I remain focused on what few tasks I'm still deemed capable of performing. A fellow guard.
Okay, you're repeating what a previous guy did, so okay. He'll find my way.
What?
No, I guess we already okay. We don't need help then. I was just seeing if he had anything new other than the obvious, like where are we type of thing. So okay. Let's see, do you have anything new that we're in a new area?
I love playing in the city. There's so many places to see.
Well, that's good to hear, child. Now go run along, you scamp. How about you, my dear lady?
The Imperial City is beautiful, but you still have to be careful in certain...
Let's see. Oh, jar. Oh, we gotta smash it. Yeah. And the guard's like, what are you doing? Stop that! Stop that! Stop that right now! What's this?
Hold on there. This way leads into the necropolis, a dangerous area. You shouldn't go in there unless you have some business there.
My business where I make it. What's wrong with the necropolis? My business is where I make it.
Yes, but I must warn you, the dead aren't the only terrifying things in the necropolis. They say the Lotus Assassins have a special interest in the place. I have nothing more to say on that subject, and you certainly didn't hear that rumor from me.
Give me just some more details about the problems in the necropolis. When you talked about the city, have you seen a woman named Faye Moon? She's an arsonist. Oh yeah, I forgot where she's there as well as rumors of the Lotus Assassin dealings there. Give me more details about the problems in the necropolis.
Not the nicest of topics, but go ahead.
Why aren't the guards doing anything about it?
Ghosts have been rising up everywhere in the Empire, I've heard. So many have come up in the necropolis that it just isn't safe anymore. It would take an army of us to clear them out, if we could do it at all. We can't even safely post a guard in there. We just warn people away. The Lotus Assassins want everyone kept away as well. First time I've heard of them being altruistic.
Interesting. When did this all happen? How bad has it become? When did this all happen?
Things have been bad over the past few, let's say 5 years. No one has any idea why so many of the dead refuse to return to the Wheel of Life peacefully. All we know for sure is that they're not happy. Not happy at all.
They're not happy campers being dead and spirits and all that. Let's see, where said that?
Ghosts have been, it would take
how bad has it become?
bad. Real bad. Monks used to go in every few weeks to clean out the ones who had risen. But lately it's become too much for them to handle. You look like a warrior. I'm sure you know that even if you disperse a ghost in combat, they reform again eventually. It takes a long time, but it's inevitable. Leave the dead to their own is what I say. Just block the whole place off and start again somewhere else.
Nuke them and just start from scratch? Great. That's enough about the necropolis.
Anything else you need? Talk helps pass the time on duty.
Shouldn't you be watching people and making sure people aren't up to do nefarious situations? Like that little girl over there. See that in the back of my eye? Don't look! Don't look! She has an evil eye about her. She's cursed, I tell you. Wildfire's like, what are you talking about? Nothing, dear. Okay. Would it interrupt your duties to talk about the city?
Not at all. This is pretty light work, since no one in their right mind would go in the necropolis.
Okay, I think you'll tell me about the same stuff a previous dude said, won't you?
It's the city of the dead, as some call it. The burial tombs of hundreds of generations of our most honored ancestors. To be buried in the necropolis is a great honor. Sadly, things are not well in there right now. As grand a place as it is, you must be on your guard at all times, even if you're a skilled warrior.
I know one, well, not the other guards, but certain guards told us something different, so let me see what he says about that.
This city, the heart of the Jade Empire, the shining jewel of all civilization, the home of the Emperor. What's not great about this city? Everything here is taken to its utmost. The most elegant nobles, the wisest scholars, richness, opulence. The Imperial City is the best part of the Empire. True, this is the Golden Way, but even the poorest districts of the city are gilded compared to filth in which the howling barbarians outside of the Empire live.
You know the sad thing about the barbarians and all this other stuff is in this game. Well, I mean, obviously it's not the point of this game, but we only hear that they're barbarians outside this place, and the game never goes outside of the Jade Empire, so we never know what it's like in the rest of the world. I'm almost thinking if they'd done a sequel to this game, I bet it would have gone past the Jade Empire itself, outside the walls, or maybe the main bad guy would have been a threat outside the walls or something like that. But unfortunately, either this game never sold well enough or something, but they never went back to it, which is kind of sad. And BioWare, as they are now, you know, not to talk about most modern things, but we'll never see a sequel to this again, sadly. Tell me about the Empire.
The Empire? What is there to know? The world bows before us. Everyone is in awe of our culture. We are the finest and purest examples of the human race. Led by the most glorious emperor, we are truly the people closest to heaven.
Well, you're not one for getting huge egos about yourselves, are you? Tell me about the Lotus Assassins.
The Lotus Assassins. They are the personal guard of the Emperor and serve directly under Death's hand. They are above our laws and act with impunity. We are forced to obey, or they kill. Even us, even soldiers. But the Emperor either turns a blind eye or is so far under the sway of Death's hand that... I've said too much. The less said about them, the better. They listen from the shadows. It's not wise to speak about them.
You know, for how highly you praise the Emperor, I'm surprised you even said anything slightly ill about him by saying he is turning a blind eye or letting Death's hand sway him. I thought the Emperor was like the son of God or something like that. I think that's all. Okay, that's enough about the city.
Anything else you need?
Okay, he said, have you seen a woman named Fading Moon? She's an arsonist.
Captain Sen has you collecting heads for him, does he? Good for you. A woman did make her way into the necropolis some time ago. She seemed a bit wild around the eyes and ignored me when I tried to warn her. She certainly hasn't left, so if it was this Fading Moon, you should still be able to find her in there. I'll make sure she doesn't slip out behind you.
Alright, well, we'll check up on her in a bit. We still got the rest of this place to explore.
Stay away from the necropolis. It's dangerous.
But yeah, we can go in if we want to, so... Sign to the necropolis. To the necropolis! Alright, anyway, let's check out the Golden Way. Ooh, beggar song. Beggar song? Okay.
I greet you, sir. I wonder if you might have some silver to spare.
Well, not for free. You'd have to give me a service for silver. But your clothes are expensive and you speak like a noble. Sorry, I can't spare anything. Out of my way, please. But your clothes are expensive and you speak like a noble.
I come from a very wealthy family. As such, I have a certain lifestyle to maintain. Parties, female admirers, lots of wine. You understand.
That doesn't explain why you're begging.
I have to have an income, don't I? My father looked at my considerable expenses and told me to get my own silver.
Oh, poor baby. Did you ever consider getting a job?
Ah, but I am a noble. The shame of manual labor or the stink of trade must not be allowed to touch me.
The stink of trade, huh? I don't like you already. But there's no shame in begging. That is rather pathetic, don't you think? Fair enough. Here's a silver. That is rather pathetic, don't you think?
Not at all. Very simply, you have it, I want it. I am behaving in a very rational, civilized manner by politely asking. I read all the greatest philosophers and consulted with wise men before reaching this decision. I assure you the philosophical underpinnings are quite sound. Wisdom is only gained by experience, wine, women, and song, as it were. But a life of revel with no reflection still does not lead to true wisdom. One must ponder, one must daydream. Even if I could bear the shame of sullying my hands with work, when would I think? How could I grow wise?
This is kind of tempting my my closed fist, you know, because I'm like, he needs to earn his own way, but he is trying to earn his way through trickery by, well, I don't know if I'd say trickery, but he's, you know, telling people he needs money, and he's telling them why he needs money, so he's not hiding that fact. And then I think I have nothing more to say to you. I think that was worth the silver. So you're begging in order to pay for drunken debauchery, all in service of becoming truly wise?
Well, it loses some of the subtlety when you put it that way, but yes.
I think the pursuit of wisdom is noble. Here's a silver. That was worth a silver. Take this. I've had enough. I must go. He did entertain me for but a brief second. That was worth this. That was the service, I guess. Here, take it.
If you want to give me that coin because I entertained you, I will not have it. To think an entertainer.
Fine. Goodbye.
Take good care, sir.
Well, at least he's, interestingly enough, he has his own pride, I guess. I don't know. And I get 29 silver by just kicking that thing. It's like, oh, the world is a weird place. Okay. No random people to talk to there. What's going on here?
Your parentage is below average, and your ancestry is of questionable worth. You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth.
What are you talking about, you weirdo? You're like vaguely insulting people, but not very well, or people don't care enough. It's like you don't even want to really insult them. What are you doing? Why attempt to insult me? What is going on here? Answer me.
Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality.
I ask for an explanation to justify yourself, or I will take offense. I am warning you. I demand respect.
Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
I mean, we know what we're trying to do, but I'm going to just give into it anyway. There's no point in your insults. Defend your claims or cease this instance. That's it. I will put an end to your pointless heckling.
Hold! You must forgive my servant. He was acting for me. I asked him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. I must say, your refusal to stand for it was admirable. I think you are exactly what we need.
What do you mean, what we need? If you were behind this, then I owe you a beating.
Please, my intent is noble. An outlander arrived several days ago, and now we cannot get him to leave. He's consuming copious amounts of our food and wine. He balks at our attempts to calm him, and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. He needs to go.
Where does this man come from? This job is for city guard, not me. This host made visitors. Why is he so different? This is a job for the city guard, not me.
The Outlander is not a dignitary or traveling merchant. He is a parody of civilized behavior. He spews insults at the Emperor himself. So far, he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe, but that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus Assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for them.
Lotus Assassins seem to be trying to be very thorough about it. Perhaps I can reason with that Outlander. I'll send him packing. Should I just kill him outright?
We don't want a murder. We just want order restored. But he doesn't respond like we do. He proposes challenges we don't understand and then declares himself the winner. Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are beaten. Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many.
I do like getting endeared, and getting rid of an annoying foreigner feels good. I'll teach him not to mock our culture. Maybe when I have time, answer me. If that's all I game, then my answer is no. Maybe when I have time. Leave me.
That is not the conviction I was hoping for, but no one else has been able to help, so it will have to do. At your convenience, then. He is in the Scholar's Garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him. Please, I hope you will prove to be a worthy opponent.
By the way, what he's talking about is the quest, the person I'm talking about. That is quite a joy, but we'll get to that eventually. I kind of want to make that just its own thing, not like in the middle of an episode I started and then I finish another one, that type of thing, if I can. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's keep going.
I hope my daughter will grow to be as beautiful as the princess, though perhaps less unruly.
Apparently the princess is known to be ruly, apparently. Ooh, a scroll stand. Let's see what it says. Music and the arts. Music and the other arts are a vital part of life in the Jade Empire. As with any truly civilized people, even the common man can enjoy the benefits of music in his daily life. Only the music of the Jade Empire itself truly satiates this primal urge. The lesser, more savage peoples that surround us know nothing of true culture, and their primitive beatings and wailings cannot touch the soul as truly as the masterpieces of Water Swallow or the heart-wrenching tragedy of Falling Star. For this reason, if not others, it is our duty as a cultured people to bring civilization and joy of the arts to those less advanced and gifted socialites. Interesting. Well, they have their nose high up. They think they're high and mighty compared to everyone else, but well, I mean, I guess we are part of those people. So, hostile, huh? Hostile. Do you have anything interesting to say, dude?
Lost?
No.
Read about your...
Well, let's see what's in here. The story door can be opened at this time. Okay. Oh, was that a jar? Hey, when's the door ajar, not a jar? No, when's the door not a door? When it is ajar.
Evil breeds freely when so many people come together.
You think so, Mr. Toad Demon thingy? The script stand. This stand is covered with books, papers, and other elements related to the play of some sort. Okay. Nothing's going on here. Interesting. Well, let's keep going. Okay, what does this say? To the Scholar's Garden.
Lost city?
Nope, nothing here, so, okay. Alright, into the Scholar's Garden. Yeah, there's not much in the Golden Way itself. There is one thing, but we haven't done that quest yet, so we'll come back to that later. I think I have to go into the martial arts arena to talk to someone to activate that, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm trying to play this more by like recollection and memory more than going online or looking up stuff, if you know what I mean. So I'm trying not to I'm trying to keep my like surprise, when I'm surprised, or reactions kind of genuine. That's why I try not to look stuff up sooner than expected. Ah, the lovely princess. Hello, my dear.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving to be a very interesting person. Of course, I could tell that just by looking at you. You have a very strong presence.
Do you have something wrong with your eyes, princess? You're kind of blinking a little bit too much on me. You've changed, princess. How are you now? You know nothing of strength. You're a pretender! What do I... those are... What do I call you? Silk Fox or Princess Sun Lian?
As the Heavenly Lily, I am above suspicion, but I am restrained by fawning servants. Silk Fox can go anywhere, and people are not shy about their reactions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your Master Li to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, or you are. There was something familiar about him as well.
They rightfully fear him. He is the son of Li, the glorious strategist. He is familiar because you are related. He is son of Li. Well, she is a partner now, so... it's all your father can do to restrain him.
I told you back in Tien's Landing that the Emperor, my father, is not an evil man. Death's Hand has corrupted our court, and you will help me prove it.
I don't have time for your game. No. You'll have to prove your loyalty to me. You have to get me into the palace. You'll have to prove your loyalty to me.
I am worth trusting. With my influence, you can enter the palace and confront my father directly about Master Li, this destiny of yours, or whatever you want. But your words will fall on deaf ears unless Death's Hand is first discredited. Until then, entering the palace would just endanger you with no hope of success.
I see. Got a political pull going on here, something like that. Let's get to the palace. What do I need to do? Destroying Death's Hand is also a priority for me. If you want me to, I'll find my own way to the palace. Nah, we'll keep the princess at a menial mentioning. Destroying Death's Hand is also a priority for me.
A wise decision. His hold over my father is nearly absolute. But if we could show conclusive evidence of his crimes, my father would have to listen. I know how. Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay called golems. Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious. We must infiltrate the Lotus Assassins and find evidence of this treachery.
I've been finding the Lotus Assassins. I can infiltrate them. A golem factory while you destroy couldn't be small. What if you just identify it? Tell me about the wall. Tell me what you know about golems. A golem factory like you described can't be small. What if we just identified it?
My father may have approved the factory without considering what it could be used for. If we just tell him my suspicions, he will dismiss them. We need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be impossible to assault, so just walk in. They are
That was weird. It sounded like the dialogue slightly cut off there, weirdly enough. If I numbered them, I would be spotted. That's ridiculous. You want me to just ask to join?
Have any Lotus assassins who saw your face live to report back? I doubt it. They will not recognize you as the person who fought them in Tien's Landing. They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye. I would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment to fight them? I think they deserve it.
Okay. Get on with your plan. Let's see how ridiculous it is.
There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for cunning in their agents. If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread rumors of your interest. The Executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round. Or if you prefer, the Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. He might be open to persuasion.
Or we could do both, because we both get experience and money and all that both ways. So, besides, we need to go to the arena anyway, so either way. I'm not interested in joining my enemy. No, you know a lot about the Lotus Assassins. Why?
Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus Assassins to find you, I could simply tell them your name.
And I would just kill them all, but I guess your threat stands, I guess. I'll go on and see what I can learn in the Imperial Arena. Perhaps I'll see if this info is reasonable. I'm not interested in joining my enemy, which I think we have to. So if you say that, she basically says, like, well, it doesn't matter then, because that's the only way we're going to do it. I will go and see what I can learn in the Imperial Arena.
Yes, I will have my people spread rumors of your interest. Once you pass the silver round, the Executioner will take an interest. I'm sure he will find you as impressive as I do. Or, if you prefer, court the Inquisitor. Ask Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about him. I hear Dongao is closer to the assassins than he should be. I will wait at your flyer. Or I could travel with you. Before you get too lost, perhaps we should discuss how closely we will be working together?
Princess? Did I hear a little subtlety in those words and a bit of a flirtate? Nah, that's silly. Wait for me at the flyer. Speak with trouble with me now. Wildflower can go wait the flyer.
A wise preference. No offense intended to your amusing companions.
We'll just send the kid off on our go Wildfire, shoo. But yes, we have a new follower with the princess, or Silk Fox, which for all intents and purposes it will be Silk Fox. So and we actually have a conversation we can talk to her about, especially with that kind of a bit of a sultry attitude she had towards us earlier. It's like, I wonder what will come of that. She's probably just messing with us or something. The physical universe, a rebuttal. Scholar Xiao Xiang has once again missed the central point of the philosopher's argument. We do not wish to stall development, nor do we seek to stop people from learning. Philosophers see the work of the divine in the physical world and oppose those who defy tradition only because they find those customs inconvenient or outdated. Learning and respect for the past need not be mutually exclusive. We seek only to learn in a way that does not dishonor the celestial beings that give us our very lives. Interesting. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Any more thing there? Whoop. I wasn't quite ready to activate any new stuff yet.
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just walk away.
Don't look at me. I can't do anything right now. Not like this.
We'll teach you to insult a guard of the Imperial City. Legendary strike.
Thanks, Silk Fox. I appreciate your help there. Whoa! Got caught on fire there. Nope. You can't finish them off easy. So we'll just have to. Really, Silk Fox. Oh yeah, I'll have to check Silk Fox's stats too. By the way, or not stats, like her abilities. Oh yeah, I forgot to show off my new the Hidden Fist. Let's see what that does. He's disoriented now. Oh, that's kind of neat. I might do that just because it's different. Thanks for that, Silk Fox. What use are you? No. Okay. But yeah, now that we've gone to the thing, now we have Silk Fox as a companion. She attacks with a longsword, as you saw. If we switch to support, our physical attacks do more damage, which actually isn't a bad way to go. Because let's see, Don gives you key. He gives you damage with weapon styles. Okay, yeah. If you do Sagacious Zoo, he gives you weapons. Yeah. He can't do any support. Let's see, focus and that. I think she gives us health. Yeah, health. So I think that's it. Yeah, that's all the focus is. Okay. And then whoever these guys are right there, or whoever they are. But yeah, Silk Fox, let's see. She can damage spirits. If we put her in support mode, our regular physical attacks will do more damage. Silk Fox is as enigmatic as she is beautiful. When her long sword is not flashing from foe to foe, she lends her skills to you. Well, she is quite beautiful. Perhaps we should get to know our princess better before we continue on our journey. And what was it about that one foreigner causing a trouble in the garden? Perhaps we should talk to him and tell him to get out. But find out what happens next time in the next episode of Jade Empire. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.